Elizabeth from ELTS Adventures, and today is Fun Friday. But this week we didn't really do anything fun or interesting. You know, we didn't go anywhere, so I didn't vlog anything. I pretty much just spent the day cleaning. Tyler did some laundry. I did like cleaning our room and straightening things up and getting like our Christmas stuff out and just looking through that. Because right after Halloween I'm going to be putting our Christmas things up. So today I want to just kind of get on here and just chat with you guys and talk about something that me and Tyler have kind of sort of started doing. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ronald McDonald House Charities, but I looked on their website, and every state in the United States, with the exception of Wyoming, has at least one Ronald McDonald House. And what Ronald McDonald House is if you, like, let's say your child gets like a really bad sickness, or you know something is wrong, and you choose to go to a Ronald McDonald hospital, if like, and like let's say your child has to stay like, you know, weeks, months, whatever, Ronald McDonald House basically will house the child, obviously because they're in the hospital, but the family of the child, at basically they pretty much do it at no charge. Because they don't force you to pay to stay there. They ask for a small donation if you're able to, but it's not a requirement because they're not going to turn you away for that. But they have a way that, you know, us in the communities can help with basically like funding that. And they do it through pop tops. So like can tabs off of like soda cans, or like let's say, you know, you feed your dog like the wet dog food that comes in the cans, and it has like the pop top lid instead of actually having to use a can opener to open it. You can do those. And then also like soup cans that have the pop tops, you can use those as long as it's basically just an aluminum, you know, pop top. So the most common is like the little ones off of cans, you know, so like Monsters, or if you drink beer out of a can, you know, that kind, or just regular, you know, soda. And what they do is they collect these. So like you at home can collect these, and then you can take them to the Ronald McDonald House near you to donate them. And they have these big huge bins where they keep them in. And when those bins get full, they get the local like recycling facility, I guess, that's near them, to come and pick them up. And then the recycling facility takes them to their recycling place and measure, you know, like weighs them and stuff. And I think for each pop top they get about anywhere from 35 to 85 cents, I think is what the website said. So you can basically say like each one of these is a quarter, pretty much, if you wanted to estimate. And all that money goes to the Ronald McDonald House that you know, donate them to. And it helps to fund, I guess, like, you know, keeping the lights on, you know, funding the, like, keeping the facility, I guess you could call it, running, so that way they can house these families at basically no charge, you know. And so you're helping to kind of pay for a child's family to be able to stay there with the child, instead of having to, you know, the parents or whoever having to drive back and forth to the hospital every day. They're able to stay there. And you can go on YouTube and watch, you know, you can just type in like Ronald McDonald House, and you can watch videos about people that, you know, I watched one before recording this, and the child had something wrong with their heart, and the parents, like, they lived an hour away from the hospital. And you may not think an hour would be, you know, that long of a drive, but it really can be, because, you know, and I think the child was like 2, maybe. He looked about like 2. And So you want to be there with your child as much as you possibly can, and driving an hour there to the hospital, an hour back home, and then, if you want to be there whenever you can, so then you can drive an hour, so just making that hour drive several times a day can be a lot on someone. And they had actually been, when that video was put on YouTube, the child had been in the hospital for like 2 or 3 months. So just imagine doing that hour drive every day, several times a day for 2-3 months, but instead, Ronald McDonald House, because of Pop Tops, was able to, they've been housed at that facility, at that Ronald McDonald House for a long time. I don't think they're actually, the parents are actually staying in the hospital, but I think they have a house, kind of like, I would assume it's kind of like apartments. I haven't really looked up what the houses look like, but they said that it was across the street. So instead of having to drive an hour every single time, they were just walking across the street whenever they felt like going over there. So this is just something that, I have a big heart for children, and right now I think I might have about 20 in here. I don't know. These have just been in our room, and we hadn't really been doing anything with them because we had I typically tend to like bottles more, like of drink, rather than cans, because there's more in a bottle than in a can. But I'm going to start doing cans just for this purpose. And like I said, you can do the soup cans, you can do the dog or cat food cans, just the top, not the whole entire can. They don't want the whole can. They don't want, and be sure that, like, if you choose to collect these for yourself, for your local Ronald McDonald House, be sure they're clean. You don't want, if you just drunk a beer and you put the pop top in there, you don't want there to be beer or soda or soup or cat or dog food on there. I mean, you want it to be clean. And if you're in like a business, so there's up here near Charlotte, there's lots of big businesses that are doing the 1 million can tab challenge, to where they're challenging themselves to collect 1 million. And a lot of times that's schools or churches or whatever. I wish that I could do that with YouTube, and just make that a goal. But 1 million, I think a pound of, to make a pound of these, I think it's like 1,000, I think it's 1,000 pounds is a pound of these. Or no, 1,000 can tabs is a pound. So I think for the 1 million, that's like 1,000 pounds, which is half a ton right there already. And I think, like, on their website you can look, and they have different measurements to tell you, like, if you wanted to get, if your goal is to fill up like a 13-gallon trash bag full of them, I think that ends up being, I think it's at around 60 pounds or something like that. I don't remember. I'll put the website down in the description so you guys can read all about it. But it's just a great cause, and like I said, every state in the United States has at least one Ronald McDonald House, except for Wyoming. The state of Wyoming does not have any, they call them like chapters, like the Ronald McDonald chapters. They don't have any chapters, they don't have any houses, they don't have any, they even have like Ronald McDonald mobiles, like, it's, I guess, like a bus, like a blood mobile, but it's, Ronald McDonald. And the states, I wrote down like how many each one had, and I think the state that has the most Ronald McDonald houses is Texas. They have 16. Florida and California each have 13. Missouri has 10. I mean, if you're interested in knowing how many Ronald McDonald houses are in your state, you can leave a comment down below and I'll gladly tell you. Or if you're interested in collecting these, and then, dropping them off at a Ronald McDonald house, or like somewhere where you can drop them off near you. Again, I'll have that link in the description. You can go on their website and search for a chapter in your state, and then within that state, it gives you the addresses of each house, each like the chapter, you know, like the head thing of that state. And then it also gives you, like, it'll tell you if there's any Ronald McDonald House mobiles or anything like that. So that information will be there. And then also, like, if you're like a manager of like a business or something and you want to do the 1 million can tab thing, they have a whole registration, and all the information for that is also on the website. But me and Tyler are going to be doing this. So like I said, as of right now, we have about 20 probably in here. I didn't actually count, but it looks to be maybe about 15 to 20. And what I'm going to do is probably, my goal will be like filling up a gallon Ziploc bag, and then once this gets full, I'll either dump them into like a box or another bag, or just get another Ziploc bag and just keep filling up the gallon Ziploc bags. I haven't quite decided yet. I haven't really set a goal for us as of right now, but so we're just going to do it as much as we can. Instead of buying like bottle drinks for work, I'm going to get the case, you know, like the cans, the cases of cans. You know, that way I can have more. And, you know, of course, like I said, with the soup and we have a dog, but we give her dry dog food, so we won't have any from that. But we do have the cats, and occasionally, his mom will get like the wet cat food, that has the pop top thing. So if she gets those, we'll probably be doing those. But I just wanted to get on here and give you guys some information. And if you're interested in doing it, I will probably be doing like once a month. I'll be updating you guys on like how many we have, or just showing you guys, like, you know, the bag, how much more we've gotten since the last video or whatever. But yeah, and if you guys are interested in any information, again, I'm going to leave the website down below. And you know, it's a great cause. So if you drink soda out of cans, or, you know, everybody eats soup or vegetables in some way. So if you buy the ones that have the pop tops on it, just think about, you know, you're helping, you know, a child or a family of a child that's, you know, that can't afford necessarily to, you know, to be there with that child all the time. You know, through this charity, I guess you could say, they help, you know, for a family of a child to be able to be with the child as much as they possibly can. Because a lot of times this isn't just go to the hospital, stay 3 or 4 days. You know, this is usually a month, 2 months, 3 months, you know, several weeks, whatever. You know, so it's not cheap. If you've ever had any type of medical problem where you've been in the hospital for a long time, you know, even as an adult, it's not cheap. So if I can just drink soda or whatever and save my little pop tops to help someone, then I'll gladly, you know, do that. I can do my part, you know, because I don't have any children. So I don't know if I'll ever need to utilize Ronald McDonald House, but, you know, at least I'll know if I ever do that I helped, you know, in the past, and so, you know, someone will hopefully help me. So, sorry if I've gotten a little long-winded with this, but I just want to give you guys as much information about it as I could. If you want more, just take a look at their website, and see what you can do to help. You can also volunteer at the Ronald McDonald House, you know, the hospitals, or at the houses themselves. They do events and stuff like that. So, you know, they always are needing volunteers. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and be sure to check out, you know, our Facebook group if you're not a part of that. And also, I'm wanting to do a Q&A video, but I'm trying to get up some questions from you guys. So if you're a subscriber and you're seeing this video, or even if you're not a subscriber and you're seeing this video, you can also comment down below with any kind of questions that you want me to answer, whether it's cruise related, whether it's not cruise related, it doesn't matter. I think I've already gotten about 3 or 4 questions from Facebook, so if you're a part of the Facebook group, go on there. I made a post about it, so comment some questions. Just give me some questions to answer for you guys. But we will see y'all on the next video. Bye!